And a very good evening to you folks. Welcome to Speed Gaming 2 and welcome to yet another race in the Metroid Prime Randomizer 2021 tournament. We got a good one for you today, folks. We are starting to wrap up our 6th and final round of Swiss, and tonight we have BajaBlood and SpkldJim. I'm Captain MD13, and on tracker with me tonight is Op82, and we have got a good one for you tonight, folks. We've got a couple of very interesting RAs on the table. We have today Nothing's Replaced with Wave Busters, a random start with 1 to 3 starting items. We will have random elevators tonight, 2 ways. I assume two-way between areas, not counting, of course, the Impact Crater and Artifact Temple elevators. So we do have some random elevator shenanigans on tap for you tonight. So I think we're going to have a good one here. We have just given the runners the green light in the race time room. And we shall see upon arrival at the starting location where we start, number 1, and number 2, what our items will be. Now, if you are itching for some more Prime Rando action, we have another race coming up in just 2 hours on Speed Gaming 3. I am hoping to be able to call that one if this one wraps up in a timely manner, but we will cross that Forgotten Bridge when we get to it. Wait, Forgotten Bridge is in a different game. Now, BajaBlood and SpkldJim, if I am reading my notes right, BajaBlood is 3 and 2, Jim is 3 and 2 as well, so they are both vying for a shot at the brackets here. 4 and 2, that very, very interesting middle ground that may dictate who gets into top 8 at the bottom end of the pack. And we are off. We start in Phendrana tonight. This is the elevator to Thardis. And we start with 5 missiles. Not really much else we can do with that. And Thardis takes us to Talon. This appears to be Transport Tunnel B. And we get immediate space jump boots to start things off. Runner's going to be very happy to see that. I'm not sure we're going to see anybody attempt the Arbor Chamber out of bounds without bombs at this stage. It's a little early. But we are going to see both runners attempt the Root Cave Scan Dash. Ooh, Jim had the height and fell down, but BajaBlood has followed suit. Alright, so our starting area is relatively close to impact site, so warping to start at the end of the day might not be too troublesome in action. And it looks like BajaBlood has chosen to give up on the Root Cave Dash, but Jim has gotten it. And our canyon elevator takes us to, looks like Chozo, looks like Far Chozo at the save station. Oh, but Jim has found a Various suit in Root Cave. Did not see what that was under the ship there. But Alcove gives us Spider Ball. Interesting spot for that. Oh, this is the Ice Beam door and Reflecting Pool. Okay. Alright, well, with missiles in tow, runners are going to immediately go and check hints. There's not a whole lot else we can actually do with this equipment. You have to figure something important is going to be an artifact temple. as that Various suit is currently out of logic without X-ray visor and grapple beam. Although with Spider Ball just being picked up, there's a significant chance that this is ice right here. We might be doing an early Far Chozo dive. Hey, would you look at that? Alright, Ice Beam and Temple, so yep, that means we are going to Farfandrana. Except we actually kind of don't have a Morph Ball now that I think about it. But Ice Beam does give us access to the Reflecting Pool elevator as well, so we can now access Chozo through Reflecting Pool. For our artifacts tonight, we have Lava Lake. That's not too bad. Ice Ruins East, Transport Tunnel A. Those are both relatively smooth, except for Ice Ruins East might need Plasma Beam. Phendrana Canyon is good. Triclops Pit is pretty good. And Storage Cavern. Wow, those are all not bad artifacts at all. They're mostly chilling in Magmore. The Chozo elevator actually is now available, chat, so we will be going through the Reflecting Pool elevator to Far Chozo. Looks like that's how we're going to be starting this seed today. So yeah, right now, BajaBlood missing out on that Various suit might become a problem later down the road, but at the very moment, both runners are going to be diving into Chozo, so Various suit's not going to play. Actually, Various suit might play into things a little bit, because it is a critical key to Magma Pool and the Training Chamber neighborhood. But for now, both runners will make their way through the canyon elevator to Reflecting Pool. Yeah, the only artifact that might give us trouble a little bit later is Ice Ruins East if it requires Plasma Beam. Other than that, these artifacts are in great spots. And Morph Ball is just chilling in Antechambers, so we pretty much have our early Chozo package here, and BajaBlood is going immediately back. There must have been something under the ship. Or he is thinking Frigate Crash Site. Answer question, chat. Various suit was in Root Cave. Jim successfully performed the Scam Dash, while BajaBlood had a little bit of trouble. Now, unfortunately, Jim's not going to be able to check this elevator here, as they are not equipped with bombs. However, Jim will take a save, and this might be a warp to start here. Nope. Maybe just a backup plan, just in case they accidentally get soft-locked. But yeah, Jim's going to be the one to take the first dive into Far Chozo, and with the force field already open, does not have to worry about accidentally triggering extra ghosts later. Oh, that would explain why BajaBlood went back. It is bombs under the ship. Yeah, probably don't want to go exploring Far Chozo without bombs, and Jim has just realized that it is not possible to go beyond this point without bombs, and is probably going to have to go back to the ship in a minute. Down here in the Frigate Crash Site, this should be in logic with our current equipment, but it's a missile expansion. Alright, looks like Jim's going to at least check Crossway out of logic, but we do know that anything else beyond this point pretty much needs bombs. And I did not actually see what was in Crossway, but Upper Furnace is a grapple beam. And it looks like Jim is trying to use some terrain here to crawl into the furnace tunnel. But now BajaBlood is returning back to Root Cave and will be picking up his Various suit and might be attempting the Arbor Chamber out of bounds for Root Cave. We'll see. Jim hasn't soft locked, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to get to the tunnel using standable terrain. And BajaBlood is in fact attempting the Arbor Chamber out of bounds. Alright, Jim is going to be lured back to Talon in a few minutes here to get bombs, but Arbor Chamber itself contains an energy tank, which, to be fair, is the first one we've seen all night. Alright, so BajaBlood's going to get a bit of a leg up here on SpkldJim, as he's going to be the first to actually be able to proceed further into Chozo, into the main plaza area. Now, with bombs in tow, BajaBlood will also be able to check the other elevator out of Reflecting Pool, so let's see where this plays out, where this takes us. Great Tree. I didn't see which one, but I think it was Upper? Chat is confirming it was Lower. Thank you, chat. Alright, so Lower Grade Tree, that's good for Frigate, if you want to do a reverse Frigate later down the road. No Spoost Ball yet, so Bar Skip is going to be a bit of a pain in the backside if you choose that one. But with Ice Beam in tow, we're going to get a nice early Hall of the Elders check. No, nothing's, to answer question, chat, the nothings are weight busters. Jim is getting bullied by these pirates and is actually in very serious danger here. If a pirate decides it wants to say hello with a missile right about now... Ow. Luckily, Jim had just saved. So, at the very worst, it's just a bit of a small trek back to the ship for those bombs. It was a missile and frigate crash site, not bombs. Alright, nothing of significance in Hall of the Elders, just more missiles, which, to be fair, still kind of early in the game to be, still kind of early in the game to avoid those. Crossway has more missiles. And we're going to get to see the rest of Furnace. Now, we saw that earlier that Upper Furnace had Grapple Beam. We'll see if BajaBlood decides to go for it. Although, at this point, with Space Jump already in tow, Grapple Beam is fairly liable to be skipped here. Oh, but it would appear that he is interested, as Jim has retrieved bombs once again, and is deciding to go back to Frigate Crash Site to go pick up those missiles. Oh, I think we've got 2 layers, which is why there's so many flying pirates in the area. That would explain a lot. Ooh, Jim just got barraged by missiles. And there's one of our extra wave busters in Lower Furnace. A reminder that there are 8 of these in the pool tonight. And it looks like what Jim is attempting to do is go for the Frigate Crash Site climb in order to pick up Overgrown Cavern and check the elevator. Elevator intelligence is pretty important in random elevators because you never know if you can find a convenient elevator that takes you to mines. Because I'm trying to think. I think with this current equipment, Phazon Processing Center would actually... You might need platform detection, but otherwise there's not really anything stopping Jim from getting PPC last I checked. BajaBlood, meanwhile, immediately going for Zoid on the way out from Furnace. Makes sense. He's right here. Well, so far both runners picking up its respective extra missile expansion. And Overgrown Cavern takes us to Main Quarry. There you go. So that's one of our mines elevators. Oh, right, we can't check PPC without a power bomb. Oopsie. Alright, and there's another Wave Buster on Zoid. Could that really have just been a couple of super combos down the line a bit? That should have been a flamethrower. Whatever. Good old flamethrower on Zoid, am I right? But not tonight. Tonight it's Wave Buster. Still equally less popular. Now, chat brings up a very good point here. The main quarry elevator is actually only one way, and I do believe power bombs are required to get to the elevator in PPC if you go from... or to get out from the elevator in PPC regardless of which... well, yeah, because there's only one way out. If power bombs are in fact in mines... nice third wave buster, by the way. If power bombs are in fact in mines, if main power bombs are in mines, then that area is completely sealed off. Because, yeah, a little quirk about the main quarry, or the Overgrown Cavern elevator, I should say, is that it is always meant to be a one-way elevator. Both in vanilla and for the current settings of this tournament. But with Spider Ball in tow, we're going to allow BajaBlood to see both Dynamo checks immediately here, one of which is Gravity Suit. We have an elevator to lower Tree Chamber. Reverse Frigate, anybody? because the seed sure is asking for it. Random elevators are on, but we already have an elevator to, random elevators are on, but we already know an elevator to the lower grade tree chamber, which is in... If I could find it, it is in Farchozo. Upper Dynamo was a missile, so nothing of importance up there. So, Upper Dynamo not going to become a problem for our runners tonight, at least not in this match. So the seed is starting to kind of come together. We have Ice Beam, which is definitely a big seal for a good chunk of the game. Right now, I think the main thing our runners are looking for is Wave Beam. That would really open the game up. And it is not Wave Beam in the Rune Fountain. It looks like it is just missiles. BajaBlood is now going to make his way to Main Plaza. Plenty of items to look at here, except for the one in the tree. We need supers for that one. Look like missiles on Grapple Ledge, and BajaBlood is going directly for Rune Shrine, while Jim attempts to pick up Grapple Beam, with Chozo Ghost pestering them. But succeeds nonetheless. Alright. Kind of the downside of doing Hall of the Elders, there are now Chozo Ghosts everywhere. I didn't see what was actually in Rune Shrine. It is main power bombs. Okay, well, guess we have good potential progression in mines tonight. Forget all that theoretical mumbo-jumbo I was saying about mines being locked out. Alright, 2 more items to find in Main Plaza. I believe that would be Flamethrower, question mark? Yep, Flamethrower in the half-pipe, so at least we found it. And Baja has chosen to validate the run. And is not interested in Vault Ledge at this time. Looks like he's going for Magma Pool really quick while he has all the logical keys. Makes sense. We have seen artifacts. They are all relatively nice, actually. The only one that might be a minor hiccup is Ice Ruins East if it's the Plasma-locked one. I thought for a minute since I saw the P that was Plasma Beam that Baja picked up there, but nope, it's another Power Bomb expansion in Magma Pool. Which again, certainly not going to go unwelcome because Prime 1 drop system not good. Unfortunately, we cannot check Training Chamber access without Wave Beam, so we're going to have to cross that bridge later. Jim, meanwhile, is tackling Zoid. It's going to be given a Wave Buster for their trouble. Unfortunately, we can't tell what's in the tree at this time because no X-Ray Visor or Super Missiles. Looks like BajaBlood is either not interested in Vault Ledge yet, or is more concerned with checking the Main Plaza elevator. Which leads to the Workstation Save Station side. But now BajaBlood's going to go through the early half of Chozo in order to check Hive Mecha, which will most likely contain Super Missiles, as it has been almost tradition lately in the last few weeks. BajaBlood just checked both items here in Gallery, so missiles and an energy tank, both not unwelcome items. And what does Hive Mecha itself have tonight? Super missiles, what did I tell ya? And another Wave Buster. I swear this early super missile routine is getting ridiculous. Chat asks, is that the script I see in the corner? No, it's just literally been the case like more than half of the last bunch of races I've called. Alright, Vault leads to Twin Fires. And Vault itself has a power bomb. And for everyone wondering, Variasuit was in Root Cave, which is still currently not in Logic. We are still currently looking for X-Ray Visor, which, let's not kid ourselves, is probably chilling on Flogger at this point. With Supers and Spider in tow, Ghosts are also in play. And it looks like BajaBlood has chosen to take the Twin Fires elevator, so quite a number of checks in play here. Alright, Jim has retrieved gravity out of Lower Dynamo and will now proceed back to probably pick up Supers in a little bit. Doesn't look like BajaBlood was interested in Upper Fiery Shores, so it was probably a missile. Or another Wave Buster. Shore Tunnel tonight has more missiles, which BajaBlood elects to pick up out of the interest of getting a little more ammo for later. And also, BajaBlood did not get what was in the tree. Although routing in the tree from Vault is not particularly optimal. It's a bit of a walk. Well, it's not the biggest walk, but it is still a walk. Is there anything besides Flogger checks that are not Varia locked? Let me think. Reverse Frigate. That doesn't need Varia. The tree, Flagra, Storage Cavern we know is an artifact. So this is actually going to be BajaBlood's first artifact coming up in a bit. I'm trying to think. I don't think we can do a whole lot in Farfendrana without Wave Beam. We don't have Plasma either, so we can't even check transport access. Alright, here's our first artifact in Transport Tunnel A. BajaBlood's going to go ahead and check the elevator. Which leads us to the other Great Tree elevator. We do have the workstation elevators, but there's not a whole lot we can do in that. Actually, I stand corrected. The other elevator is actually open to us at this time, courtesy of Power Bombs and Ice Beam. Alright, we're going to get our next artifact out of Triclops Pit. Because literally almost all of the artifacts are in this early Magmor loop. We've got one coming up in Storage Cavern and another one in Lava Lake. Yeah, right now, currently the big logical inhibitor appears to be X-Ray Visor, but unless OP has Variasuit, I don't think our runners are going to be too worried about that for now. But yeah, I don't think BajaBlood's going to be picking up any more unique items beyond this point until the Lava Lake Elevator. Because that Lava Lake's all that's left, and we know that is artifact number 4. The thing about the Variasuit is that, oh, did I say Varion OP? I meant Phazon. Sorry. I've got Variasuit on my mind because it's locked by X-Ray Visor right now. Hilariously enough. Alright, Jim picks up super missiles from Hive Mecha. And BajaBlood retrieves artifact number 4, so suddenly lots of artifacts in about 30 minutes. Currently for Go mode, we're just looking for 2 beams and Phazon suit, actually. To answer your question, chat, there's only one check that is never going to have any progression whatsoever in the current settings, and that is Tower of Light. The reason being is that it normally requires 36 missiles to check. However, Randomania does not currently account for missile expansions to give you extra missiles. So, unless main missile launcher gives you 50 missiles, which there is actually, the seed later tonight at 10 on SG3 does actually have that stipulation. But yeah, unless main missile launcher gives you more than 36 missiles, Tower of Light can never have progression. Ooh, Shoreline, okay. But yeah, the only other check that Phazon Suit cannot be in Phazon Mining Tunnel. That's the only check Phazon Suit can't be in. As far as everything else is concerned, if Phazon Suit shows up, it can be in there. But yeah, it can have like a logically required thermal, visor, boost ball, Variasuit even. Alright, in the Shoreline's ice is missiles, and up top, I have no idea what that is. Whatever it is, we can pick it up, courtesy of Supers and Spider, but it looked to have been an energy tank. Alright, Ice Ruins East. Ice is not the artifact, so we don't need Plasma Beam for any artifacts. Looks like Jim is setting up for Flagra here. I'm trying to remember what the last artifact we're missing on BajaBlood's side is, and it, you know what? It escapes me. Oh, right, Canyon, I think, is the last one. Alright, so BajaBlood is interested in this energy tank. With only 4 energy tanks total right now, after this one, that is still pretty... I wouldn't say super sketch for final bosses, if you really know what you're doing, but it is definitely not a bad idea to pick up a fairly free-floating energy tank if you get the opportunity. But yeah, Jim is going to go ahead and fight Flagra here. Alright, BajaBlood's gonna show us Chapel of the Elders. And we'll see if this is important. It is not. That is definitely a missile expansion. Now, it can be picked up out of logic even without Wave Beam by means of laying a power bomb precisely at the edge of the door, the edge of the blue side of the door, and the power bomb will then hit the blue side of the door, shut it down, and have it on standby for when you're done. And you approach the door from the wave side, and the door just conveniently opens up for you. But it's a pretty precise power bomb. Good trick, nevertheless. But yeah, with no wave beam, kind of a tough call to see where to go next. We do have, I think we have 2 checks left. We have Ice Ruins West, and we have Fountain. I think Fountain doesn't need wave beam. And that was an energy tank on Flagra. Is Thardus in logic with this equipment? I don't think so. No, we don't. We need thermal anyway. Alright, BajaBlood's gonna get artifact number 6 out of Canyon. I'm pretty sure that besides the energy tank in Shoreline, all the artifacts BajaBlood's, all the items that BajaBlood's picked up in the last 10 minutes have been artifacts. Oh, I'm thinking, sorry, not Ruined Fountain, Ruined Courtyard. There's water in it, so I immediately thought of Ruined Fountain. Thardus would need wave if you are coming from the elevator. I think coming from the front. Coming from the front, you need to open the conduit with after blowing up the super missile plate. So yeah, either way, you need wave beam. But yeah, we're in a weird situation here where, in all honesty, Jim is most likely about to find progression here on Ghosts. But it looks like BajaBlood's had enough of Andrana and is going to warp to start. Wow, Flagra only having double energy tanks. So I think, folks, we're looking at either the tree or reverse frigate. Take your pick. Neither of them are particularly friendly. Oh, did the tree have an E-tank already? So Jim must have checked that while I wasn't looking. Thank you, chat. So yeah, it's a reverse frigate seed, folks. Talk about weird. Reverse frigate does not require wave beam, because you don't need to activate the conduits going from the backside to the front side. To go from the front to the back, you do. But we have an elevator that takes us to the lower grade tree chamber in Far Chozo. We even have biohazard containment in logic for us as well, which is very convenient, so you always want to be able to complete your frigate dive in one go. If you want to get to Lower Tree fast, you want to go down the Talon Canyon elevator to Reflecting Pool and then take the other Reflecting Pool elevator out. But it looks like BajaBlood's just going to go ahead and check Overgrown Cavern in the elevator first. So Jim is now going to get the row of artifacts presented up ahead. Oh, chat's saying that while we were not looking, that Jim has also picked up Flamethrower out of Main Plaza. So at least Power Form Exo won't be an issue. Although we have super missiles too, so it's even less of a problem. Looks like Jim's next stop is going to be Transport Tunnel A to retrieve their first artifact. And if I am reading my notes correctly, I believe we only have one elevator combo left. And that is that PPC leads to the other workstation elevator, the debris elevator. So that elevator was not randomized. The runners can't check far from Drana. They need Wave Beam to proceed anywhere outside transport access, and they don't have Plasma to check the item in the ice. In the meantime, we can cat jam to late Talon music. They start at the lift, but even if they were to use ice to go out back, that's a wave door afterwards to get past into Far from Drana. Yes, Life Grove is where Vanilla X-Ray is, but they need boost. Unless they want to do some, they want to bomb jump up Life Grove Tunnel. But yeah, BajaBlood is now going to take the other Reflecting Pool elevator and be the first to dive into Frigate, while Jim goes ahead and retrieves artifact number 4 out of Lava Lake soon. I'm just trying to think of what our progression could be. The logical progression would be X-Ray Visor, because that would give us Variasuit in logic from Root Cave. The question becomes, what else is down there in Frigate? It's possible Wave Beam can be in Frigate, leading to X-Ray somewhere else. BajaBlood's doing bar skip, reverse bar skip. And gets its second try. He's gonna go straight for Great Tree Chamber, it looks like. And it pays in spades with a boost ball. Wait. Give me a second here. Bar skip is not in logic in these settings, and I need to put 2 and 2 together here. How do you get to... Well, that is logically locked by X-Ray Visor, so now it basically confirms X-Ray's gotta be in Frigate. Great Tree Upper was Transit Tunnel A. So yeah, they've had access to this area for a while. But logically, it does require a platform site, which does need X-ray. Remember what I was saying earlier about doing a bomb jump up Life Grove Tunnel? Yeah, BajaBlood just did that first try. And finds Wave Beam in Life Grove. And is not happy about it. Wow, that really spiced up the whole seed. Now Frigate is in logic through the front. So we're now basically looking for Go Mode, Plasma Beam, and Phazon Suit, and, you know, one more so than the other, but they could both be in a lot of places right now. And with Wave Beam now available to us, I'm trying to think, where's the Shoreline Elevator? Lava Lake, so that requires Various Suit to reach. But with Wave Beam, we can now go through the Thardus elevator to Phendrana that way. So, yeah, now X-Ray Visor can actually be in a lot of stupid places, including Far Phendrana. It can be in Tower Chamber, I think. Yeah, it can be in Tower Chamber. And I don't think Boost is needed for... Boost is not needed for Far Phendrana. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because with Grapple, Quarantine Monitor is in logic. Quick question for the experts on this one. Are you expected to fight Thardus when going from the elevator to Labs without going to Far Phendrana? Actually, it doesn't matter because you can just go to Labs through Far Phendrana anyway, so forget what I just said. Did we check transport access? We did not. But it looks like BajaBlood is instead going to go to Workstation. Might even check Plasma Processing. But yeah, at 45.5 minutes, both runners now have all of their artifacts, and they are just looking for various... there I go, mistaking Various Suit again. Phazon Suit and Plasma Beam. At least I caught it this time. But yeah, we do have Plasma Processing in logic with this. Actually, no, we don't. Boost is locked by X-Ray, but at the same time, X-Ray at this point is pretty much just a missing link in the chain. It really isn't going to be gating anything else at this point, I don't think. So yeah, if BajaBlood just so happens to come across a Vanilla Phazon, or not a Vanilla Phazon, Vanilla Plasma Beam here, that's going to be pretty significant because number one, we're going all around the world looking for Phazon Suit again, and B, Vanilla Plasma Beam, ew. Yeah, there really hasn't been a whole lot of room for divergence this seed, unfortunately, which is not... Unfortunately, it's not doing Jim a lot of favors, as they're making basically the same checks that BajaBlood did, but because of that death in Frigate crash site and going to Far Chozo without bombs, it's putting them pretty far behind here. So, unless it actually does become a Phazon Suit hunt and we have the ability to split a little bit, right now I would say Baja's got a bit of a lead at the moment. What does Workstation itself have? More missiles that we probably could do with, but those are way too out of the way. plasma processing was unfortunately just missiles, so we're gonna have to leave that behind because it is not important. I think Jim's trying to figure out here how to get to. I think Jim's trying to figure out how to get to Frigate from here. All right, BajaBlood's going to mines. So yeah, at this point, oh yeah, X-ray could even be down here now too. I do believe you can do labs without thermal, yes. In logic. Oh, I think BajaBlood might be out of power bombs. Which is kind of a problem. Although, he might be looking for another one to get out later. And Prime 1 drop system, folks. Yeah, he's only got one bomb, so he's using it to clear the way here, so that way he can reload the room and try again for a drop another time. But it looks like he's going to be leaving PPC behind for the time being. And BajaBlood just says hello and goodbye to the Phazon, not Phazon Elite, to the Elite Pirate. And there's the power bomb that he was looking for. Ventilation shaft has plasma beam. So that is locked by boost ball. For getting out, at least. Well, this complicates things a little bit, because now we're on a Phazon suit hunt, and I'm pretty sure that this plasma beam is in logic without boost. Actually, wait, no. I just said it needs boost to get back out the other way. We might just see a full clear of lower mines here now. With this equipment, although unfortunately, given that we don't have X-ray, we can't go fight OP. And I'm still under the impression that X-ray's not down here. That would be stupid if X-ray was in, like, Central Dynamo or something. Baja probably wishing Plasma Beam was a couple more rooms down the line, otherwise this pirate would still be chilling in the cage. And what is that in... Okay, that looks like a missile expansion, so... Nothing of concern, but luckily the bug, or the crash potential with Cloak Drone in this maze is no longer an issue. So... Oh, he's getting the missile tank anyway. Whoops, back up. Okay, aggressive counting time. This is puddle. This puddle is at square 18. 28. 43 squares. Bad maze. Generally, you want those mazes to be 29 squares or less. Anywhere in the 30s is meh. Alright, Jim is going to main quarry on the other hand, which I don't think they can do anything with. Unless they picked up Wave Beam while I wasn't looking. We'll see in a second when we see their display. Yeah, they didn't pick up... Yeah, that kind of needs Wave Beam. Are there any Wave Beam requirements? Well, there's a Wave Beam requirement. Did they check Plasma Processing? Yes, Plasma Processing was missiles. But we're gonna get an MQA check now from BajaBlood. I think Jim is just now realizing that they have not yet checked the other elevator out of Reflecting Pool. Oh, Metroid wants to give Baja a hug here. And it looks like BajaBlood's just gonna blind check the MQA with the platforms. Very nicely done. And let's see, what is up in MQA? It is junk missiles. It was definitely possible to access some non-heated areas without X-ray because of where Wave Beam ended up actually being. Actually, wait a minute. Wave was boost locked, right? Yeah, Wave was boost locked. Yeah, I think we can safely assume that X-ray is in Frigate. There's not really a ton of other places it can be in. In fact, I'm pretty sure there is no place else it can be in. I think what I got confused by is the fact that we found Wave Beam right after Boost Ball. But yeah, put simply, anything... X-Ray is currently locking Boost Ball, Wave Beam, and by extension Plasma Beam, because Plasma is wave locked at the moment because of its position in mines. But we're now going to see Fungal Hall B here, which is thermal. Also, it's getting a little rowdy in here. Okay, never mind. Jim, meanwhile, checking the Hydro Access Tunnel in Frigate. And finds missiles. Alright, this is our last check before OP. If this is not Phazon Suit, BajaBlood is probably going to warp to start here. But it looks like Jim's next stop is going to be Biohazard Containment. Wouldn't it be hilarious if both X-Ray and Phazon Suit were both here? Alright, MQB has missiles. So that is it. BajaBlood is going to reset. I'm trying to remember where his last save was. And yep, there's X-ray. Biohazard containment. Alright, it looks like BajaBlood's last save was in mine, so yeah, this is gonna save him a backtrack. But that unfortunately does undo his thermal visor. That's about it, though. But that does fulfill all of our remaining logic requirements and does confirm, yep, you had to go to Frigate. Now, this will be a big oof for BajaBlood if OP is in fact vanilla. We also didn't see PCA either. But I think BajaBlood's just going to save warp out of Central Dynamo here after picking up some extra bombs. Although, he did leave behind PPC. I wonder if that's weighing on his mind. Which it probably is. I think that's where he's going. Anytime door would like to open, there we go. We're also going to get to see Upper Mines now, and since we know Upper Mines is fully in logic now, Phazon Suit could be anywhere up here. Ice Beam was in Artifact Temple. They basically needed it to utilize their early elevators this seed. The seed expected you to go straight from Phendrana to Talon, because you dump out at Transport Tunnel A, get your Ice Beam so that way you can go to the Far Chozo elevator to get Morph Ball and Antechamber. Then you had to go back for bombs under the ship, by the way. Then you can proceed through the rest of Far Chozo to go back into Main Chozo to get your, let's see, what does that give you? That gives you Gravity Suit, Super Missiles, Spider Ball. Actually, no, Spider Ball was an alcove. Alright, we're going to see Upper Mines from BajaBlood. Plenty of places for Phazon Suit to be up here, but if it's not here, we've basically full cleared Magmor now that we've seen Plasma Processing. We've got all of Labs and Far Phendrana. We've got the Training Chamber side of Chozo. We have Tower Chamber itself in Chozo. We have Thardis. We've seen the Plasma Lock checks in most of Phendrana, with the exception of Transport Access. Alright, we are now going to see Storage Depot B here. Which is missiles. So yeah, BajaBlood's in a very, very interesting scenario here where he is now left behind two major areas, OP, PCA, the OP neighborhood, and PPC. If Phazon Suit is in either of those three locations, depending on if BajaBlood decides to route that in somehow, that could be a very long time before he checks those. But on the flip side, if Phazon Suit just happens to be chilling somewhere nice like in Main Quarry or here in Elite Research, he's in business. Meanwhile, BajaBlood's going to spin dash his way through this rock wall. BajaBlood is basically trying to build up momentum and zip through the wall. Because there's a wall there. Yeah. But yeah, it's possible to get it from the other, to get through it from the other side with good boosting. And what is here in Upper Elite Research? It is, I think that was another Wave Buster. Alright, Jim is back in Main Plaza. Oh, I think BajaBlood woke up the Elite, the Phazon Elite's AI. You hate to see it. And in lower elite research is another Wave Buster. Game, stop. How many Wave Busters is that now? 6? It's either 6 or 7. Point being, we've seen a lot of Wave Busters. Alright. BajaBlood's gonna go ahead and open up the force field for Storage Depot A now. I think BajaBlood might actually have a bit of a missile shortage. Oh yeah, BajaBlood's really low on missiles. I think he doesn't mind picking up this energy tank. Alright, where's Jim going? Jim is going to Transport Tunnel A, which will take him, will take them to... Great Tree Chamber, actually, so this is good. Alright, good. So, we're now going to check main quarry, and I think BajaBlood's going to do one of two things. Is either going to go down the main quarry elevator to Overgrown Cavern, and then go through Frigate, probably come across X-Ray, or is going to go back for PPC. Although, going back for PPC at this particular point is not brilliant. We actually haven't seen Tower Chamber yet. Nobody's made the trek back to Chozo. I'm trying to think, actually. There are still a few checks in Chozo left over. There is Elder Chamber, the Training Chamber area, 2 items back there, and Tower Chamber. So there are still 4 items left in Chozo. So we've got a lot of... we got some options here, but it looks like BajaBlood's going to save warp out of main quarry, and we're going to see what he chooses to do here. But he's heading in the direction of Thardis. This might be a labs play. It's definitely going to be a quarantine monitor check. Baja did not skip Storage Depot A. There wasn't anything of extreme significance in there anyway. Not A, B, sorry. B is the one with Grapple Beam. But looks like he's going to go ahead and fight Thardis. With this equipment, this is actually not a hard fight in any way, shape, or form, and he knows Thermal's in play anyway. Yeah, we only need Phazon Suit Romulus. Other than that, the seed's been actually fairly straightforward, if not a little bit back and forth. Hey, say hi back to BajaBlood, folks. So yeah, right now, we actually just, only about 15 minutes ago, finally found the logical key, because turns out X-Ray Visor was locking quite a few things. Boost Ball, Various Suit, and Wave Beam were all locked by X-Ray Visor, and by extension, Plasma Beam. So, X-Ray was in Biohazard containment, by the way. Thardus not being too generous with positioning here, so BajaBlood's not able to get any good plasma snipes. But he is on the last phase. So one precision power bomb as the lightning starts should seal Thardus' fate. And Thardus contains missiles. Boring. Well, that's it for Thardus. But yep, I think this is going to be a transport access check here. And I think BajaBlood's just going to route this into Farfandrana and then check labs. Oh, hi, Ice Spreader. You're actually in a very convenient spot. What do you know? Ice Spreader behind ice. Who'd have thought? But yep, this whole area is on the table here. That looks like something glowing too much to be Phazon Suit in Frost Cave. It was missiles. Jim's gonna see that, or has seen that plasma processing is junk, or did they see plasma processing, or just skip it? Or have trouble with the jump. I think they saw it and just skipped it. Alright, we're gonna see Storage Cave here. This had Phazon Suit in a seed, I want to say earlier this week, but not the case tonight. Security Cave, in the meantime, has even more missiles. Baja's probably going to go for Gravity Chamber. It is 2 items in close proximity. And then after that, just jump out and head to Labs, pretty much, is my guess. Labs has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, Labs has 6 checks. Because it has the 3 in the Research Labs, Research Core, Observatory, and Control Tower. I don't think I'm missing one, so... Yeah, 6 items in Labs. Alright. Lower Gravity Chamber had Energy Tank, it looks like. And we're seeing PPC now from Jim, and it was an Energy Tank, so BajaBlood thankfully not missing out on Phazon Suit at this moment. On the flip side, though, they are capable of fighting OP. Alright, but it looks like BajaBlood's just gonna climb back up Frozen Pike here and walk straight into labs. Bats. Bats again. They almost knocked BajaBlood off the ledge. And that is... Oh, that's it. That's Phazon Suit and Research Core. That is seed over, folks. So, wow, Phazon Suit was only locked by as far down the chain as Wave Beam. Actually, wait, it was locked by Thermal, so it was locked by Plasma. Wow. That is deep in the chain, folks. But isn't it convenient? We're right next to the Thardus elevator, so we don't even need to warp to start. That is go mode for BajaBlood at just under 115, so... I wouldn't call this seed as freest by any stretch of the imagination, though. The logic for this seed was expecting you to do a lot of back and forth. Toaster Party starting room was the Thardus elevator, so warping to start's not really going to save a tremendously large amount of time anyway. In fact, I think it would actually take longer. But yeah, if I'm reading the logic correctly, if thermal isn't, given that thermal is required now, the logic was expecting you to, as we mentioned before, start in Phendrana with missiles, go to Talon to pick up your Ice Beam and Artifact Temple, and Spider Ball and Alcove. You are then expected to go to the Canyon elevator to go to Reflecting Pool, which will take you to your Morph Ball in Antechamber, which you can now get safely with Ice Beam. You then need to go back to Talon because bombs are under the ship. Nice, thanks, game. And then what happened? Then you go to Chozo, where you get Super Missiles, Gravity Suit. Yeah, that's it. Super Missiles and Gravity Suit. With all of that in tow, you have the other Reflecting Pool elevator to take you to Great Tree Lower, which lets you go through Reverse Frigate so you can get X-Ray and Biohazard Containment. However, given that X-Ray was in Biohazard Containment, you then had to go all the way through Reverse Frigate until you got to... Where was Great Tree Upper? Transport Tunnel A, which is in Talon anyway. So you had to finish your Frigate dive, go all the way through, go to the Transport Tunnel A elevator to get to Great Tree Upper. Use X-Ray Visor to get Boost. Use Boost with Spider in tow, and main Power Bombs, by the way, which were chilling in Ruined Shrine, thankfully. Use all your ball upgrades to get Wave out of Life Grove. And with Wave in tow, you can then proceed down Mines through the Workstation elevator after going back to Magmore that way. Through PPC. You can get to Vent Shaft there. Vent Shaft has your Plasma. You can proceed through MQA to Fungal Hall B to get Thermal, which is required to go back all the way to Phendrana to pick up your Phazon Suit. No, I mentioned Gravity Suit. I hope I mentioned Gravity Suit. Oh yeah, by the way, after picking up X-Ray when you were going to Transport Tunnel A, that was your best chance to go get Varia out of Root Cave. You also technically needed Grapple Beam from Upper Furnace, but these runners don't do that for Root Cave these days. Oh, and I missed what BajaBlood just wrote. I can't. At least that's what we think. We can ask in the interview for sure. But yeah, that was the logic for the seed. So I hope I've pieced it all together. I'll repeat it to the runners later, so that way they just understand how much of a logical nightmare this was. Ooh, BajaBlood missed the intercept shot. Ooh, BajaBlood missed the super. But gets it the second time. But yeah, this is absolutely BajaBlood's race to lose at this point. Jim is miles away from Fendrana. Meanwhile, Jim is just trolling the elevator and just staying on top of it for a bit. Actually, yeah, Jim is going to be heading to lower mines and without plasma, so is going to get roadblocked at MQA. And we know that does not have anything helpful. It doesn't help that BajaBlood also got a pretty lousy maze too, 43 squares if memory serves. Are mazes pinned to the seed? No, the mazes are completely random. The central dynamo maze. Oh yeah, that's right, Plasma Beam was just chilling right in front of MQA. But BajaBlood not having any issue getting to Prime, and it's now time for the Metroid Prime Exo fight. And it starts with Prime immediately bonking a super missile back. Alright, Jim meanwhile is about to reach Central Dynamo and pick up, might actually decide to skip the cloaked drone if it turns out they're not interested in the missile expansion. I was about to say, how is there not a drop-off of that Elite Pirate, but there was. BajaBlood in Subchamber 2 now. Oop, just got hit by his own super missile. Tends to happen a lot in the Exo fight. But it looks like they're going to do the Central Dynamo maze. So be it. I missed the initial observation of that maze, unfortunately. I believe this is square 15. $37 squares. It was looking a little better, but it kind of got nasty at the end, so 37 square maze for Jim. Ooh, nice shot there from BajaBlood. Meanwhile, BajaBlood should be just wrapping up Subchamber 3 now with one good Ice Spreader shot to the face. Although, he does have a bit of a missile shortage, so he is going to try and stock up a little bit here. Or not. Shoutouts to, by the way, if you ever turn on small Samus for the Central Dynamo Maze, being able to actually just walk through it. The amount of maze squares, it's either, I always get this mixed up, it's either 17 to 57 or 15 to 55, not counting 53, odd numbers only. Alright, Subchamber 4, anything goes here. Unfortunately, BajaBlood is out of missiles, so only has one super left, that's it. Did not get the snipe there. Oh, got a double switch there, and it's for Wave Beam, the worst kind. Ice Spreader does require 10 missiles, yes, so all Baja has is one super. And it doesn't look like he's going to get to use it, because I do believe this is the last form. Oh, we got a random charge, though. But it does not look like BajaBlood's having any issue with it. That is going to be Exo down for BajaBlood, and he will now begin the final boss against Metroid Prime Essence. Luckily, we always get music now, thanks to Randomizer. Unfortunately for BajaBlood, this is a visorless Essence. As he did not go to Frigate to pick up X-Ray. Given that OP was not required, he did not need to, but it is still going to be a painful final boss. So as you're seeing here, BajaBlood's trying to find Essence via Scan Visor, and it looks like he's found him. But the pool's worn dry. BajaBlood did successfully get a couple of attack cancels in, so the second pool's not going to be too terribly long. Oh, those, Oh, BajaBlood had Essence for a split second, but she jerked away. But it looks like, yeah, BajaBlood only got a small dent in on that one. Oop, and then got headbutted. Yeah, besides the shockwave and the occasional headbutt, that's pretty much all Essence can do during this fight besides lay phase on pools. But now BajaBlood's going to be able to do some damage. It's going to attempt some pool cancels in order to try and prolong the duration of the pools. Alright, Jim has saved an MQB and is going to be making his way to their way, excuse me, to OP. But BajaBlood got some pretty good strikes in there on that third pool. Essence now down to 45% HP. I swear BajaBlood is aiming in the right direction there, but for whatever reason, Essence was not getting hit. But yeah, right now, health-wise, BajaBlood's in good shape for the time being. Isn't in any danger. Jim did not get the Mook skip, and unfortunately it's Wave Troopers, so the worst kind. Nope. Alright, BajaBlood got a couple more dents in on Essence, but again, slower fight now, but the next pool is going to be a combat visor pool. Although, from what I just saw from that shockwave, okay, now Essence is in an okay spot. Yeah, right now, what BajaBlood does not want is for Essence to be anywhere near the Exo body, because if that happens, there is a risk that Essence just skips right to the next visor and skips the pool. Unfortunately, Jim did not get the one cycle. And has to go another cycle on OP. It looks like BajaBlood's getting consistent pool cancels now. I'm pretty sure a couple of attack cancels got mixed in with all that, but I think the pool's just worn out, and right with one sliver of health left. It's actually going to be, an interesting, tight race to see if Jim takes out OP before BajaBlood takes out Essence, but the last pool just went, or the next pool just went down. One good detection will do it. And it looks like he's found it, and that's going to do it. BajaBlood is going to win this race with an official race time GG time of 1:31.13, with Jim soon after initiating a DNF. Fantastic race from both runners. We will hopefully get them in the booth for an interview in the moment. In a moment, not the moment. And BajaBlood, welcome to the booth. GG and congratulations.
GG's.
So, would you like to know what the entirety of the logic chain for this seed was supposed to take you?
So it was either Flagra or Frigate, and either way, I didn't want to do it.
It was not Flagra.
Oh dear.
Alright, we are now joined in the booth by SpkldJim. GG to you.
Hello.
GG's.
So, Jim, would you like to know where Phazon Suit was?
I would love to know where Phazon Suit was.
It was in Research Core.
Ah, yes. The great toss-up of the mines or Fendrana.
So, now that you're both here, let me break down what this seed was expecting you to do. So you were expected to start in the Fendrana elevator and go get... go to Artifact Temple to get Ice Beam with missiles. So with Ice Beam in tow, you can then go pick up Morph Ball and Antechamber, go back to the ship to get your bombs, while you're at it, get Spider Ball out of Alcove. Proceed through Chozo to pick up Gravity Suit, Grapple Beam, and Super Missiles, which would give you basically the tools you needed for Frigate, for Reverse Frigate. You get to Frigate via the...
Was the Reflecting Pool save?
Yeah, the other Reflecting Pool elevator to Great Tree Lower. You go through Frigate, you pick up X-Ray. You go all the way through Frigate, pick up your Varia Suit now that you've got X-Ray, Grapple, and Space Jump in tow. Since that was in Root Cave. So you pick that up. You go through Transport Tunnel A, you go back to, you have Varia, so now you can go to Magmore. Go to Transport Tunnel A, take that elevator, and that takes you to First off, get all your artifacts in Magmore too while you're at it. Shoutouts to almost all of the artifacts being in early Magmore. But yeah, going from Transport Tunnel A, you go to Great Tree Upper, where X-Ray gives you your Boost Ball, which in turn gives you your Wave Beam, which lets you go all the way, which gives you all the tools needed to go through to Mines to pick up Plasma Beam in Vent Shaft. Then you gotta go all the way through to Fungal Hall B to pick up Thermal, because logically you need that before you can go get Phazon Suit out of Research Core. And there you have it.
Yeah,
What a
utter
maze.
trash. I was so happy with how I routed this because I deduced that X-Ray was somewhere dumb and decided to skip it. And also from the artifacts being all not wave locked, I was pretty sure wave was like not in one of those places too.
Also,
I was actually
I'm,
like 100% sure it was vanilla, and I was disappointed I was wrong. But
also, I'm Dirtbing, and Phazon didn't require Thermal Visor. Mabi.
yeah, that's actually why I did Thardus immediately, because I saw that thermal and then I quit and was like, that was really dumb because now I got to do visorless essence. And was like, what's the one hardlock thermal check I haven't seen? And it immediately went to Thardus. But yeah, it turns out I was just nearby.
Yeah, so Jim, you ended up picking up Ice Spreader on your way to, not Ice Spreader, X-Ray first, when you went through Frigate after you had exhausted all of your Chozo checks.
Yeah, not too happy with my routing choices. This time I had a bit of a sketchy early game. I think that just kind of ended up throwing me and getting me a bit lost and turned about otherwise. But, oh well.
Yeah, the logic of the seed was already a nightmare enough as it is, but yeah, the fact that Phazon Suit was in Farfandrana, which was behind Wave Beam, which was stupidly late in the chain, is not good. Not good logic. Shoutouts to Super Missiles on Hive Mecha again. Oh, we also had a question from chat. You both took a bit of time to get to Great Tree Chamber, despite the open elevator. So, talk us through your process behind that one.
Yeah, I mean, the first time it was a lower elevator. I didn't have access. And then when I saw the upper, I'm like, well, I've got an upper and a lower, both like reasonably accessible. So as soon as I get boost, I can come back through and get everything there.
Compliments
But
to
yeah,
getting...
it might have been prudent to go up there for the one check. Especially, honestly, I had forgotten about Tree Chamber. And I was like very much thinking that Wave was Varia locked. Which I guess it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
it was behind X-Ray, which Varia was also behind X-Ray.
Yeah,
so...
it was behind. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it being
Actually,
behind Varia. That was an oversight.
Yeah, from the routing, it actually was Varia locked because, again, the Transport Tunnel A elevator led you to Great Tree. So, yeah, you had to go through Heated Monitor Station at least. Shoutouts to, or I should say compliments to you, BajaBlood, for getting Reverse Bar Skip second try.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I actually find that one a little bit easier than the other way for some reason. I don't know why.
You know, a couple of runners have said that they actually prefer or are very talented in Reverse Bar Skip.
Yeah, the trick that someone told me was basically like hold backwards as the first bomb hits you and switch to forwards as the second bomb hits you, and that made it way easier for me.
Fascinating. All right, well, so I think my last question for you, Baja, is you are now 4-2. What are your hopes going forward if you do make the brackets?
I mean, if I make it in, it's dependent on some of the other races that are coming up, and I will be against Reggie, so that will be a very challenging match. But even if I don't make it in, I'm like super happy with how I was able to perform towards the end of this tournament. Do want to give shout outs to folks like Sass and Reggie and TGC and Toaster Party, who all gave me so much help in learning this game, and I would not have been able to do this without them. So yeah, thank you.
All right, and with that, I ask the both of you any other final thoughts on the seed before we close out?
No, not for me.
No, not really. It's a fun race. I look forward to watching the VODs, and I feel like I learnt a lot over the tournament. So it'll be exciting to go back into any percent afterwards, and see how that's all changed now that I've got all these different routes and stuff in my head.
Yeah, and you both have put on fantastic performances over the course of the last month and a half. I can't actually believe we've actually been going on this long with 6 weeks of Swiss. But with that said, folks, yes, be sure to give both of our runners, SpkldJim and BajaBlood, a follow, as they have put on a fantastic performance for you here on this Friday evening as we kick off the month of October. We are not done here yet, folks. In just 20 minutes, we will be back on Speed Gaming 3 for CZeke versus Sasquatch 954. On Speed Gaming 3, that race is a little bit more, going to be a lot of fun too. We've got unchecked two-way elevators, and Artifact Temple and Crater Entry are randomized as well.
Sounds like fun.
So there is going to be some very interesting discussion going on over how this race plays out. But after that, we've got 3 more races queued up for you over the weekend. We've got Gollop versus Haldadrin at 9 a.m. Saturday. This is Eastern Time. Gunnert versus Dino Pony at 3 p.m. Eastern. And Xenowars versus Death King, which was originally going to be this afternoon, but they had to reschedule. So that race will now be Sunday at noon Eastern. With that said, folks, we also want to take a minute to shout out our amazing tracker, Op82. He has done an amazing job pressing all the buttons, making sure everybody knows who has what. Thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting us on this start of October. Thank you, folks, for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and we will see you next mission. Take care, folks.